Hi guys, just a quick talk to you about eating for fat loss rather than weight loss, because with weight loss we're constantly hopping on and off the scales trying to see how much we've lost or whether we've gained, and we kind of work with a calorie reduction with weight loss rather than actually looking at the quality of the food that we're eating. So eating for fat loss means that you eat more of the right foods, that you eat regularly, snacking in between meals, which is fantastic news for those of us who like our food, which I guess covers most of us. I know I do. So fat loss eating means high protein foods, it means high fibre foods, but not the whole grain types that tend to shoot our blood sugars and insulin levels up. I'm talking sort of high fibre in terms of lots of veggies with lots of water in them to make us feel full for longer, okay? And these combinations of protein, fibre and water, they blunt the insulin levels and the cortisol levels in our body, which means that our blood sugars stay nice and stable and we don't get that up and down feeling and those highs and lows that we often experience during the day, okay? So, my tip number 2 is to always eat breakfast. You've heard that before, I know, but eating breakfast will stabilise again your blood sugars and your insulin levels and your cortisol levels. So you don't get those dips, but don't think by eating breakfast you can skip your lunch, because that doesn't work either, okay? You need to be eating every meal throughout the day so that you make sure that you keep your blood sugars nice and steady, and also snacking regularly on really good snacks, like, not like crisps, chocolate, that sort of stuff, which actually does nothing for you, but again, it's full of fat, sugar and salts. What we'd like you to be snacking on is things like apples with a handful of nuts, maybe a couple of rice cakes with some peanut butter on, stuff like that. That's a good combination of your fibres and your proteins, drinking plenty of water. Tip number 3, I made a reference to it earlier. I want you to dump those scales, get rid of them, you know, be liberated, like burning the bra. I want you to burn those scales, especially if you're in a bad relationship with them, which a lot of people are, okay, hopping on off the scales all day. Have they put on weight? Have they lost any weight? It's just a disastrous relationship. So divorce those scales and engage in a lovely, loving relationship with your tape measure, because that is a much better way of measuring your fat loss and the progress that you're making. It's much friendlier, it's much more accurate, and basically the obsession doesn't tend to kick in with this like it can do with the scales. So that's my top tip number 3. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you again later. Bye.